There's a kind of knowledge so mysterious that for years, science called it heresy while spiritual seekers called it a miracle. It speaks of numbers, simple combinations that, according to a man named Grigori Grabovoi, hold the power to reorganize reality itself. Codes capable of healing, attracting prosperity, protecting your energy, and even bending the path of destiny. But here's the part almost no one talks about. These numbers only work for those who understand the secret behind them, the quantum field and the coherence of consciousness. What Grabovoi revealed goes far beyond traditional numerology. He believed that reality is made of vibrational information, and that numbers are the passwords that access this invisible network. Each sequence works like a command sent to the universe, reprogramming distorted frequencies and restoring harmony to the system. It might sound like fiction, but what's fascinating is how many people around the world claim to have experienced real transformations after using these sequences. Coincidence and/or proof that consciousness truly is the source code of creation? In this video, you'll discover who Grabovoi was, how his numbers actually work, why the quantum field responds to emotional coherence, and most importantly, which codes are the most powerful, and how to activate them correctly. But a warning, this knowledge isn't for those looking for easy formulas. It's for those ready to understand the invisible structure of reality and take full responsibility for their creative power. Get ready, because what you're about to hear may completely change how you see time, your body, and the universe itself. By the end of this video, you'll understand that the Grabovoi numbers are not just tools for manifestation. They are keys to access the consciousness that creates everything. Few people know that the story of Grabovoi's numbers begins with a man who believed he could decode the hidden code of the universe. Grigori Grabovoi, a Russian mathematician with a visionary mind, claimed that all reality is built from frequencies, and that numbers are the keys that open invisible doors. To him, each numerical sequence vibrated at a specific frequency, capable of reorganizing the quantum field and even healing diseases. It was as if, by speaking or visualizing a number, you were rewriting the informational pattern of your own existence. At first, many labeled him insane, but what most failed to see was that Grabovoi wasn't talking about superstition. He was talking about vibrational language that precedes matter itself. He believed reality is a hologram of consciousness, and that by adjusting the frequency of the mind, we can alter the outcomes of the physical world. This idea echoes through ancient spiritual traditions but also resonates with modern quantum theories, which suggest that the observer influences energy behavior simply through attention. Imagine for a moment that every number is like a musical note playing in the universe. When you repeat a Grabovoi sequence, you're tuning your energetic field to resonate with a specific outcome: health, prosperity, harmony, love. He believed the secret wasn't in the repetition itself, but in the emotional state that accompanies it. Gratitude, faith, and vibrational coherence were, to him, the invisible ingredients that activate the formula. Over time, people began to report extraordinary changes: sudden healing, financial breakthroughs, synchronicities, and emotional relief that logic couldn't explain. And while mainstream science dismisses these as coincidence, the phenomenon keeps spreading, awakening curiosity in those who sense that reality is far more flexible than we were taught. Today, Grabovoi numbers circulate the globe like modern mantras. They're used by healers, seekers, and ordinary people who've discovered in them a bridge between thought and the quantum field. It's not about blind belief. It's about experimenting with conscious vibration. Because in the end, what Grabovoi proposed was that human beings have the power to edit their own reality, and numbers are simply the keyboard of that creation. But before using these codes, there's a secret few understand. The numbers won't work if your mind and heart vibrate in opposite frequencies. In the next topic, You'll discover why the quantum field only responds to emotional coherence, and why imbalance cancels out your power to manifest. Many people try to use Grabovoi numbers as if they were a magical formula, forgetting that the true power doesn't lie in the sequence. It lies in the vibration of the person who activates it. The quantum field doesn't respond to words or mechanical gestures. It responds to coherence. When the heart and mind are aligned, energy flows in harmony and the universe understands the command. It's like tuning a radio. If the signal is off, the sound distorts. But when there's harmony within, the message is transmitted clearly to the field of infinite possibilities. Science now confirms what mystics have always known. The heart is the most powerful generator of energy in the human body. It creates an electromagnetic field that expands several feet beyond the physical form, influencing everything around you. Joe Dispenza calls this state heart-brain coherence, the alignment between rational thought and deep emotion. It's in this precise state that Grabovoi's numbers begin to truly work, because the quantum field only responds when what you think and what you feel are speaking the same language. That's why repeating a numerical sequence without genuine intention is like typing the wrong password 1,000 times where nothing happens. But when your emotion aligns with your desire, the information travels through the field like a wave of light. At that moment, the number stops being a code and becomes a vibrational channel. The universe doesn't hear your words and it feels your frequency. It translates the emotion of your heart into physical events. Grabovoi taught that reality is malleable, but only for those who master their inner state. Most people try to change their lives using logic, praying, affirming, hoping, and without emotional alignment. The result is confusion, static energy, a mixed signal that cancels itself out. It's like planting a seed in cracked soil. Coherence is the fertile ground where Grabovoi's vibration can bloom. This is the secret that separates those who manifest from those who only wish. The quantum field doesn't obey requests. It responds to resonance. When your heart vibrates in gratitude, love, and trust, every number becomes a mirror reflecting your creative power. In that moment, the Grabovoi codes stop being external tools and they become extensions of your consciousness. In the next topic, you'll learn exactly how to use these numbers step by step, and the secret ritual that amplifies any Grabovoi sequence to transform your reality faster than you ever imagined. Now that you understand the principle of coherence, it's time to learn how to apply Grabovoi numbers consciously. The first step is to choose a sequence that matches your intention, whether it's health, prosperity, love, or spiritual protection. There are hundreds of codes, but Grabovoi always said that the most important one is the number that calls you. That intuitive pull means your soul already recognizes that vibration. Write the number down, look at it, and notice how it feels. If you sense warmth, calmness, or expansion, you've found your resonance. The second step is vibrational focus. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath, and visualize the number glowing in white light before you. See it floating in space, radiating energy like a living frequency. Then pronounce each digit slowly, with calm intention. The power isn't in the volume of your voice, but in the emotion behind it. As you repeat, imagine the energy of the code merging with your field, as if your entire being is attuning to that number's vibration. That's when the transformation begins. The third step is emotional anchoring. Bring to mind the feeling of already having what you desire. If it's healing, feel your body light and free. If it's prosperity, imagine abundance flowing easily into your life. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the vibration. Energy follows feeling, and feeling is the language of the quantum field. This is when the number becomes alive, when emotion turns information into frequency. The fourth step is integration. Write the sequence on paper and keep it somewhere meaningful, under your pillow, in your wallet, or somewhere you'll see often. Each time you look at it, mentally affirm, "This sequence is already active within me." Some people draw it in water before drinking. Others write it on their skin with a pen. What matters is creating a symbolic bridge between the number and your energetic field, so it becomes part of your daily vibration. Finally, the fifth step: surrender and trust. Once you've activated the sequence, release control. The universe doesn't move through pressure. Doubt is the antidote to manifestation. Conscious faith seals the code into the field. The more you trust, the faster the energy aligns to your outcome. Remember, this isn't magic. It's the physics of consciousness. In the next topic, you'll discover the most powerful Grabovoi codes and how they interact with the quantum field to manifest abundance, healing, and protection. Among the many numerical sequences created by Grigori Grabovoi, a few have become legendary, true vibrational shortcuts for tuning consciousness to universal frequencies. The most famous is 5207418, known as the Code of Immediate Abundance. Grabovoi taught that this number represents the vibration of prosperity freely flowing through the quantum field. When repeated with intention and emotion, it adjusts your energetic signal to the frequency of receiving, opening doors to unexpected opportunities and activating dormant channels of wealth. Another profoundly transformative code is or8999, used for physical healing and cellular regeneration. Grabovoi believed the human body is a projection of information, and when that information becomes distorted, disease appears. By using this sequence, you're sending a command to the quantum field to restore harmony to your original blueprint, rewriting the energetic code of your body. This vibration doesn't only act on the physical, it harmonizes mind, emotion, and spirit because true health, he said, is the symmetry of soul and matter. For energetic protection, the most cited code is 91879488181. This sequence is known to create a vibrational shield around the user, blocking dense energies, negative thoughts, and discordant influences. When visualized in golden light, it expands the personal auric field, strengthening intuition and connection to the higher self. Many people report a sense of calm and clarity after a few days of using this number consistently. The code 741 is considered the vibration of mental purification and spiritual clarity. It's ideal for moments of anxiety, confusion, or emotional overload. Grabovoi said this frequency cleans the informational noise of the mind, allowing the inner voice of intuition to be heard again. In quantum terms, it removes interference so the consciousness signal can travel purely through the field. Although these sequences serve different purposes, they all share the same principle. Reality is shaped by information, and information can be rewritten. When you speak or visualize a Grabovoi code with emotional coherence, the quantum field interprets it as a vibrational command and begins to reorganize probabilities around your frequency. The number itself is just a symbol, but when activated by faith and awareness, it becomes a portal of transformation. Yet here lies a hidden danger. Using these numbers with a misaligned vibration can reverse their effect, creating more resistance instead of flow. In the next topic, you'll discover why Grabovoi numbers work for some and not for others, and the silent mistake that blocks their power even in those who believe. There's an uncomfortable truth that few are willing to admit. Grabovoi numbers don't work for everyone. And it's not because they lack power. It's because most people use them without understanding the vibration behind the code. The most common mistake is trying to manifest from a state of lack. When someone repeats a number thinking, "I hope this works," the quantum field receives that exact vibration of doubt, and nothing happens. The universe doesn't respond to requests. It responds to frequencies. It's like trying to light a lamp with the wire unplugged. The intention is there, but the energy can't flow. Another silent mistake is turning the code into a mechanical ritual without emotional depth. Grabovoi said that numbers are a bridge between human consciousness and universal intelligence, but that bridge only opens through feeling. Repeating 520748 1,000 times without gratitude or certainty is like sending emails without an internet connection. Manifestation happens when the body, mind, and emotion are all saying the same thing. This is already mine. When the heart vibrates with that truth, the field obeys, because it understands the language of coherence. Then there's the issue of vibrational self-image. Deep down, if you don't truly believe you deserve prosperity, healing, or love, no number will override that belief. The quantum field is not a judge, it's a mirror. It reflects whatever you radiate. That's why some people see instant results with Grabovoi numbers while others feel stuck. The field manifests what already exists as an emotional truth inside you. Another factor often ignored is the timing of the field. It doesn't follow the clock's rhythm. When you activate a sequence, the process of reorganization begins, but the manifestation might not appear immediately. Sometimes the field must dissolve old patterns before allowing the new. It's like clearing the soil before planting the seed. Impatience interrupts the flow while trust accelerates it. The key is to keep vibrating as if the outcome has already happened. And finally, the greatest mistake of all, using the numbers as a crutch instead of a catalyst for consciousness. Grabovoi never wanted people to depend on his codes. He wanted them to awaken their inner creator. The miracle isn't in the sequence, it's in the consciousness that activates it. The numbers are reminders that you already hold the power to create, heal, and transform. When used from that awakened awareness, the quantum field responds with surgical precision. The true secret of Grabovoi numbers isn't in the digits themselves, but in you, the one who gives them meaning. The field listens to the vibration of your belief, not the sound of your words. And when that belief becomes unshakable, even the impossible bends to your frequency. Maybe the biggest misunderstanding about Grabovoi numbers is believing that the power lies in them, when, in truth, the power has always been in you. The number is just the reflection of your vibration, a symbolic mirror of your state of consciousness. Once you realize this, you stop chasing miracles outside yourself and start generating them from within. Each time you repeat a sequence, the quantum field isn't listening to the digits, it's listening to the emotion vibrating behind them. That's why some people transform their lives while others remain stuck. The universe responds to vibration, not intention. Grabovoi didn't create numbers for you to depend on them. He created bridges to remind you of who you truly are. He said that every human being can restore anything: health, love, abundance, destiny. But to do that, you must vibrate with the certainty that reality is malleable and that consciousness is the force that shapes it. When you truly believe this, self-weight stops being just a number, it becomes a portal. A portal to the field where everything already exists. So the next time you repeat a sequence, don't do it as a request. Do it as a declaration. Say to yourself, this is already real in the field, and the field is simply aligning to deliver it to me. That's the real code, the one no book can teach, because it lives inside you. The number is only the way the universe reminds you of your own frequency. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who's ready to awaken their creative power. Subscribe to the channel, because in the next video we'll dive even deeper into the connection between mind energy and the quantum field, and uncover why the universe doesn't respond to what you want, but to what you vibrate. Until then, remember, you are not the observer of reality. You are the code that creates it.